We're a little bit early on the first game, too. There's a mite tournament going on that I believe just finished. I saw some Omaha boys getting their picture with the pennant for a Mite's Winter Classic. So
nice.
The younger Omaha Junior Mavericks bringing the good juju for the older boys here today.
Well, the Junior Mavericks Bantam Reds getting to this position because of a 3-3 tie earlier today with the Des Moines Junior Bucks. That put the Junior Mavericks at 2-1-1 for the tournament, tied them with Lincoln, but the first tiebreaker was head-to-head, and that was Lincoln's one loss, was losing to the Junior Mavericks here in the first game of the tournament, 2-0. So, 2-0 win over Lincoln. It was a 5-1 loss to this Kansas City team we're playing this afternoon, followed by a 4-1 win over Sioux City yesterday afternoon, and then today's 3-3 tie. That's put us here in the championship game. And the teams take to the ice. Now, we thought after the game was all done that the 5-1 score didn't seem all that indicative of the way the play had gone between the Junior Mavericks and the Scouts the first time they met in this tournament.
Definitely not. We've tied this team and then we've lost to them twice. So this will be our fourth meeting against the Kansas City Scouts. And quite honestly, I feel like I feel like the Junior Mavericks have the recipe to win against this KC Scouts team. We're just going to have to get on the gas quick and stay on the gas the entire game. So that's one thing we fixed in the last game. We did a great job of applying pressure and somewhat out of the gate. Maybe could be a little bit more aggressive in the first, but man, a step up from previous. And then by the third, unbelievable barrage of attack, controlling the puck, and in the offensive zone. Now, the one thing that we didn't fix that has really been hurting us this tournament specifically is time spent in the box.
Yeah.
After that last game, the Junior Mavs are leaps and bounds ahead of the next person in line with 64 total penalty minutes in the Omaha Winter Classic tournament. That's over double the amount of the next person in line. That hurts.
Yeah, 67 actually. It
67.
says now officially. The next closest team, that Des Moines Junior Bucks team, and they have 29.
Yeah.
So yeah, more than double the next team. And again, that comes back to managing frustrations, because a couple of times those penalty minutes came as a result of just saying a little bit too much to the referee.
A lot of it is overly aggressive penalties and a little bit of frustration, like you said, and referees. My son came out of that game saying he liked the refs the last game. I thought they were a little bit bullish on the whistles and called a little bit aggressively, but nonetheless, they calmed the play down and kept the boys safe. So I'm not going to be overly objective about how that play call went. I did disagree with one or two calls, but nonetheless, they reeled in what could have gotten ugly, because Jake got taken out really hard. Will got a really hard shoulder-to-shoulder hit that was clean, but he went down relatively hard. There was some aggressive hitting on both sides of the ice, and as you know, these first-year hitters, they still come in with their elbows high, and there's a lot of head contact going on with these hits, so it can get really dangerous really quick.
Well, if it sounds like Matt's getting me up to speed, he is, because this morning I missed that first game. Will's sister had not only a basketball game, but 2 hockey games after that, and her team won both their games, so we're hoping to make it an undefeated day for the Allers hockey players. They can pick off a win here in the championship game. Nice to be in the championship. The Junior Mavericks have already played in 3 tournaments so far this year. This is their 4th. They have yet to pick up the hardware, but perhaps this is the day here on what amounts to home ice, playing in the city of Ralston. This is a building they are very familiar with. And as you noted, a team they are very familiar with. And a good start.
All right.
Good start. Pretty important to both of these teams. For the Junior Mavericks, who don't score a lot of goals, particularly important to get the first goal and not have to play from behind. They just don't manufacture offense easily. And so if they can get the lead, so much the better for them.
They know how to build excitement and anxiety and a hell of a good story to tell. Unfortunately, my heart can't take any more of these close games, and I just wanted to get out in front and have a nice cruise control, comfortable win all the way to hoisting. So
how dare they do that to us parents?
I know it. Rosie making his way between the pipes. The boys are in their darks. Once again, we're playing as the visitors. KC Scouts in their lights.
We've got Jack Davis at center. So the coaches are moving some things around here, at least to start. Jack's been playing wing mostly this year after playing center for our coaches last year in Pee Wee. Jack out there between Paxson and Sturbs. And on the blue line, it's Bear and Abram.
Might be getting a mastery boy up here to help you do a little color during
Oh,
this
really? Who
commentary.
we got coming up?
Nandy's older brother.
Oh, all right.
Here we go. Here we go. You stay close to Dave. The mic's right here.
All right. Peel that off. So we're ready to go, and as you can tell on your screen, the Mavericks skating from right to left as Jack Davis leans in for the opening faceoff, and we're underway. Moving it forward is Sturbs, and there goes Paxson in, a quick shot, and that one sails behind the net. Is the lone forechecker on this one. Casey able to shrug off his check, and out they come. Junior Mavericks trying for a quick change. In the middle of it right now is Charlie is out there along with Jack. Charlie's got the loose puck. He'll shoot, but that one blocked away. Grabbed back by KC. And they'll try to come up the near wing boards. Puck comes loose. Bear's got it back at his own blue line. Bear, Bird Dog, able to float it along. Charlie will recollect. Around one, Charlie's got Tremaine on one side, Stoney on the other, puts on the brakes and shoots one. And that off the tip of the glove of the goaltender. Into the corner, Tremaine being worked over by two. Charlie in to help. Charlie pulls that one out and shoots. Save made, rebound was right there. But Stoney couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. Good battle going on in the corner. There's Charlie backing him up. To his side, they battle for it. It's pulled out by Charlie. Wyatt's got it. Tremaine will throw this one through the slot and wide. KC back on this. Don't believe KC played earlier today. The Junior Mavericks look like the team that's a little bit more in sync to start, but here come the Scouts right now. One man on four, and the whole play broken up. They were in the middle of a change, and twisting his way out to center is Wyatt Ike. Ike stripped at center. Shift change on. Aller smart. Didn't touch the puck because he knew that time the Junior Mavericks had six out there. Aller sent sprawling by a larger player as the puck is cleared out to center ice. Back on they come. Here comes KC around one. Puck banged away. KC will get it again. Shovel shot. Never got through. It comes to the wall instead. Ike carries his man off as the puck is worked up high. Puck played back down the wall again. And that's where this game's going to be won today, is along the walls. Back into the KC zone. Mavericks able to send it. This one dished up the boards. This one hopped by Allers and comes to center ice where the other will, Fleming, will take over. Up looking for T-squared. Stolen away, but stolen back. And here comes Courtright back on against three defenders. Loves one on goal, and that one a tester for the goaltender from what looked like perhaps a harmless shot. Jack just off the bench takes the shot, deflected over the net. Charging into the corner is Taz. Taz decked. He's okay, though, as the puck comes free. Vinny circles and centers, but that puck cut off. Good keep by Nandy, and this one will bounce back to the corner. There goes Taz as this one cranked up the wall. Jack's got it. He'll shoot. Blocked away. Loose puck. Scouts trying to come out with it, but they're stonewalled. Stolen back by Vinny, and the Mavericks just unable to get back onside And that one will stop the clock. 8:35 to go. First period, no score. For our viewers, please introduce yourself.
It's Brian Nandor, also known as Little Nandy.
Little Nandy is, well, you are the older brother, we should say, Brian, of your brother George. George has got maybe an inch on you, right?
Yeah, he's got about an inch on me, and since then they started calling me Little Nandy.
Well, we're happy to have you here in our broadcast position as this one carried ahead by Sturbs for a good shot. And the save made by the goaltender. He'll hang on. Brian, you play for the Mastery 16U team. Tell us what you've seen so far from this Junior Maverick club to start this game.
I think they're moving a lot better than the last game. I think they're playing more well in sync. I think they gotta keep moving the puck around because one thing I've noticed about this team is they're forechecking hard. As long as they're moving the puck around, making heads-up plays, and keep working hard, they're probably going to get plenty of chances, and they've gotten enough shots already. So they just need to be keeping that up.
The forecheck has been pretty good. The one forced free right there, and Paxson there, but couldn't get it on goal as he was toward it. Here's Bear flinging. Woo! Went for the top corner, and the goaltender reaching out to snare that one. Goaltenders, I think, in this game are going to be really important just for their ability to slow play down and give their guys a chance to recover, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you see in plenty of big games that, you know, if you have a hot goaltender, even though the other team's playing better, if you have that hot goaltender, you have a fantastic chance of winning. Plenty of times that, even if you watch, like, Stanley Cup playoffs, if you have a hot goaltender, but the other team is getting way more shots outplaying you, the other team ends up coming out on top of plenty of the time just because of that tender.
No question about it. Well, both goaltenders sure to be tested. Here's a giveaway. Oh, Allers overskated as he got ready to take the shot. This one held at the point for a chance by Ike, and that one got blocked away. Loose in the corner. Tremaine trying to keep it alive. This one is reversed back around. And the Scouts looking for the outlet feed, but a great back check there by Tremaine to spike that one down. But here comes KC the other way. Allers, the poke check. Tremaine around one. And then a big freight train hit at center as Fleming sends a man tumbling. Fleming on the forecheck. The defenseman moving up on this play as KC brings it ahead. They're in the middle of a shift change. Big man coming down the wall, bumped by Fleming, loose puck at the end wall. Good cutback by Jack, and Jack Davis will bring it ahead. Backhander, blocked down. Jack will get it again, looking for some room. He'll take it himself with Courtright trailing. He'll shoot, flanked out of the glove of the goaltender into the corner now. Two Mavericks into battle for it. It's Courtright trying to keep it alive. Jack trying to retrieve his stick. Along the end wall, there goes T-squared in to help out. This puck bouncing, over Fleming's stick, and he's got to hustle back to prevent the odd man rush. Here comes KC, but offside is called on the play. Both teams working very, very hard here in the early going of this period.
Twigs flying on that shift.
Man.
Yeah, I think a big part of this game is going to be that forecheck.
No question about it. You take away a team's time and space, and you can really create some havoc and create some opportunities. Stoney comes out along with Vinny and Taz. Fleming and Nandy are out there for the Mavericks. No clear winner on the face-off. Nandy will get it and nudge this one out to neutral ice. Taz applying the pressure, but this one tossed past him and in deep. Fleming's got to hurry up to it, trying to keep it moving around the kick plate. It comes to Vinny against the pinching defenseman. Help came on the play, and Fleming able to punch it out. This one hops by the defenseman. Fleming trying to bull his way through traffic. He gets it loose in front. Taz spins and fires, but that one deflected wide. Here comes KC back up with this. Stoney, a good poke check at center ice, slowing the Scouts in transition. They'll get it again and fire in. And Nandy expertly spikes that one down and sends it out to center. Brought back in by KC and play to the end boards. Nandy back for the retrieval on this. He'll sidestep one check. Trying to pry it off the kick plate. Sometimes those pucks get stuck there and it's just heck trying to get it off. Finally the Mavericks able to send this one out, and here's Vinny. Vinny couldn't take it. as it got caught in the maze of feet. Brought back in by KC. Pass goes into the feet of the attacking player. Back to the point for a shot. Waffle board save made by Rosie. And the puck to the far wall. Sturgs will edge this one out to center ice. Angled back in by KC, and Fleming will track it down again. Long shift for this defensive pairing. Fleming acting like he's got lots of time, and he does not, as KC is in on the forecheck. Banged around the wall. The keep is by the Scouts, and back to the end boards it goes. Fleming will wrist it again. This one, again, held by the defense. That's obviously not working. The Scouts short-circuit their attack by losing it out of center ice. Here's Paxton doing a good job on the forecheck. KC trying to step back in. Bear just off the bench takes the errant pass, and he'll angle it back out to center. Allers slowing up the Scouts in transition. They had to get onside. KC now looking at the near wing. Pass too far. Bear will race back for this. Wedged off the boards. Charlie helps it up the wall. Not past the attacking Scouts players. D still keeping it alive. They get a man down low, but Bear gets to that squibbing puck in the nick of time. He'll play it around the kick plate for Wyatt Tremaine. Great job by Tremaine winning that one-on-one battle, and he'll outlet it for Charlie. Charlie had trouble with it, then got caught from the blind side. It's Jack just off the bench. He staggers his man, puck loose, and here come the Scouts back the other way. They've got a man breaking, and the puck in the clear, and the attacking player just couldn't handle it. Bear cuts off the centering feed. Then Jack ties up his man, doing what a center should do. Junior Mavericks unable to clear out the zone, and Abram is back to retrieve. This is a racehorse game so far. We've already played almost 9 minutes. And they're going to call a penalty, and this one's going to be against the Scouts. So the Junior Mavericks will get the first power play of the game with 3:06 to go in the first period.
I think what's going to be important for the Mavericks in this game is just they need to play to their identities. You know, don't overcomplicate, don't oversimplify. Let your fast players be your fast players and your defensive players play their position.
It's a good point. Sometimes simple is better than trying to be too fancy. Stoney, T-squared, and Courtright out to start this power play with Boss and Wyatt Ike. Face-off, though, won by the Scouts. Looking for an outlet, and they find it to center ice where Boss will retake. This one flung over the head of the defenseman and on goal, and nobody there to retrieve it quickly, so the goaltender makes the smart play. He'll cover it up. So we've got a face-off in the offensive zone with just 13 seconds, elapsed on this penalty. The interference minor for the KC player. Stoney on the face-off again. No clear winner on that draw. It's loose, and Stoney will hawk it to the end wall. Sent it around the kick plate. The pinch is by Ike. He got knocked down but kept it alive. It's underneath him. Pulled free by Charlie. There was Stoney. Good job to have Ike's back, and he'll get it in deep. Mavericks with it. Here is T-squared. Dangling out high. Now around one. T-squared pulls the trigger on the shot, and that one just wide. Stoney after the rebound. He's got it. Stoney hanging on. Sweeps it back to Ike. He'll drive it back in deep. T-squared on it again. T-squared moving his feet. Pulls it off the near side wall, and then will toss to the end boards. Stoney first on it. Stoney stripped with a longer reach of the player for KC. Out it comes. Gas takes it back, trying to catch KC in transition. Courtright looking for Ike. Couldn't spring him. It's Allers just off the bench who's able to get it in. He'll apply the pressure on the defense, and this one just nudged out to center ice for Allers to retake. He'll back it up for Boss. Now for Ike. Ike stepped into it center. Puck loose. Taz has it. And Taz will bring this one down the wing. He'll shoot one. Saved by the goaltender. And he'll hang on as the penalty expires, so we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Well, sometimes you don't score on a power play, but you do no damage to your momentum, and that certainly wasn't the case there either. Mavericks really kept the pressure on.
Yeah, I think really when you have the power play or just 5-on-5, possession is key. Because, I mean, possession is power. If you have the puck, you're shaping and molding your opponent.
Heard a lot of coach phrases before. I haven't heard possession is power, but that is dead on. Here's Fleming now stepping in for a hard snapshot, and that one fought off by the goaltender. To the corner of the Mavericks after it. This one dished to the slot. Nobody there, but Paxson racing in off the bench will take and cut in for a chance. And that one sails over the net. Here's Allers now handing it back. Nandy the shot. Looking for the tip in front was Paxson, but that goes behind the cage. Now knocked away to the corner. Allers will jab it along. Paxson out. Allers shoots. Oh, his shot got deflected. Nearly a chance for Sturba coming from the backside. And then Paxson with a terrific back check. Able to force KC from getting any ground. And Nandy will battle this one up the wall. Nandy, the defenseman, is pinched up. Here's Jack, who's got his back now just off the bench. And Jack will toss it in deep. Jack Davis shrugs off the check. Still controlling. Wyatt Tremaine in there to help out as well. They play to the end wall for Charlie. Junior Mavericks trying to play a heavy game, and right now they're doing it with 22.3 seconds to go here in the first period. Got a little sense of frustration from KC a little bit there, and you have to wonder if that will build over time as the Mavericks really continue to put the pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are working hard. You just gotta, apply the pressure. Make sure they don't have time and space. But yeah, right now, I have to say I am impressed with how they've been playing. They're not giving them an inch of space. They're applying pressure to that goalie. And you can see now, after every shot, they're digging and they're getting in there.
Well, goalie covers it up quickly off that shot from the point. And we'll get another try on the faceoff in the offensive zone. 17.
Loving the taunting. Loving the taunting.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of it. I mean, you got to figure the Junior Mavericks are ready for their first win against this team, and they don't take too lightly to what they've seen so far. They're probably pretty familiar with each other at this point in time. Good poke check by Taz. Got right in the player's face and was able to knock it away. Played around the wall. Scouts have it as time expires here in the first period. Well, a spirited first period here, as you would expect in a championship game. No score between the Junior Mavericks and the KC Scouts here at Ralston. I got to take a breath.
No, I have to say I am enjoying watching you. It's fun to watch.
Well, yeah, thanks. This is. I used to get paid for this. I don't anymore, but it's still the most fun I have sometimes to be able to watch these guys play and to see them get better. Matt's going to give us a shot of the fans in the stands and want to thank not only those fans for their support here.
Hey, are there any Mav fans here?
They're all here, maybe some aunts and uncles. Also want to thank
Let's hear it, Mavericks!
for our broadcast. That is Charleston Holmes, Omaha Junior since 2007. Also want to give thanks to Cottonwood Salon Suite for their support and Joe Chalin Tax Services. Thank you for your support of OHC's Junior Mavericks Phantom Reds here in this 25-26 season. So starting our second period, we will have Stoney out with T-Squared and Courtright. And it will be Bear and Keeney back on the blue line. And with hockey, because you have 3 periods, you have 2 intermissions, or in this case, a 1-minute sort of stop. You've got an opportunity to adjust. And those adjustments will be key for both teams here as we keep this game going along.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, strategy is kind of how you control a game. But that was a good shot.
Good shot by T-Squared. It wasn't a great angle, but he really kept the goaltender honest. He was tight to his post and able to swallow up that chance, and T-Squared has really been flying here in this game.
But yeah, I mean, the chippier the game, almost the better. I mean, both teams are grinding, and if you're not giving the other team an inch of space, you're applying the pressure and they're getting champions. That's a sign that it's going to be an entertaining game to watch and even better to play.
Well, these guys all look like they're having pretty good time out there as KC looks to come out with it. Pressure from T-Squared forced the giveaway. Here's T-Squared moving in 1-on-5, got off the shot. Was going wide, but the goaltender will make sure of that. And here come the Scouts back up ice. Twisting through center ice, gathering some speed. Pestered from behind. Great back check by Vinny Heater. Heater carried off to the boards. Everybody left the puck behind. Weren't sure where it was. Held at the point and dumped down the wall, but Bear will retake. And KC will go for a shift change as Bear takes over and plays up the boards. Taz couldn't handle it cleanly, and it's stoked right back in. Bear tracking it down. Player right after him. Bear weathers that. He'll yank it back to Keeney. KC getting in a defensive posture as Keeney moves his feet out to center. Abrams got a lane, and he's racing to fill it. In for a shot. That one partially deflected away. Held by Vinny. Tried to play it along, but that one hit one of the Scouts, and out it comes to center. Allers on the back check. Breaks that play up. The loose puck drifts back for Bear to retake. Bear with some trouble with that puck. And KC putting the heat on now. Centering feed blocked away. Here comes Bear. Bear bringing it up ice. Has Vinny with him, and they're going to say Vinny did not stay onside. And so offside called, stopping the clock with 10:08 to go now in the second period.
Yeah, something that you got to keep in mind when you're playing these kinds of games is, all players, need to keep it in mind, but not as important what you're doing with the puck, but without the puck. Where you're putting yourself positionally to, give your team a chance. But,
Disturbs a shovel shot there that's scooped up by the goaltender. You bring up a good point because it's very easy to get focused on the puck, but it's usually the guys who are away from the puck who find that quiet area are the ones who are doing the damage.
Yeah, if you're putting yourself in good position, especially in the defensive zone, your team doesn't have to touch much there, but you need to know where you're going to be, and when you get that puck, you got to have, somewhat of an idea of where you're going to be.
Here comes KC. They've got some numbers as their man brings it in. Deflected shot. Knocked down out of the air by Ike. Ike foisting it along, trying to hit Sturba. KC able to keep this alive in the offensive zone. They got a man set up in front. And a great pad save by Rosie. One of the first testers that he's had in this game. KC's got it again. They'll yank it back to the point. Pressure from Sturba as they work it down the wall. Working that little bump play off the wall. They center. This time it's broken up. And Paxton heard the big footsteps of the big defenseman coming in. And that one poked past him. As it's grabbed back by Jack. He shouldered off the puck. Loose along the wall. KC's got it again. They play it up high. Around Paxton. Sturba trying to set up the freight train hit. This one sent on goal and a stick save made by Rosie. This one will be iced by the Junior Mavericks. And now they were going to say it was tipped, so they wave it off. The goaltender had it trapped, and that gives just the Mavericks more time to get fresh players out there, and they needed it.
Yeah, I could have sworn that was also.
Yeah, it looked like it. Here comes KC. Puck dumped in, wide of Rosie. Loose behind the net. The Scouts have it. They try to center. There was Charlie to cut it off. And Charlie takes the bump to deliver it out to Tremaine at center. Tremaine, good feed on. There's Stoney trying to knife his way in. His backhander squelched. He's got it again, though, tried to feed Tremaine. Instead, it's held by Fleming, who turns and fires, and that one deflected wide. Chance for Charlie on the ricochet, and that one answered by the goaltender. Fleming at the point, bangs it down low. Charlie along the end boards, took the bump, sets his man down, but the puck left behind. Long feed back the other way. It's a foot race as the KC player catches up with it and then gets knocked off the puck. Great back check by your brother, and boy, did he neutralize that one. KC able to hold on. Moving feet in traffic. The shot save Rosie, and the rebound stabbed wide. Here comes Omaha back up. Long feed. This will go for an icing. as it crosses the goal line, and the clock stops. 7:27. Now the time remaining here in the second period, and still looking for our first goal of the game.
Yeah, a little bit back to what we were talking to earlier. We had this offensive rush that was started by Charlie because he was in the right position without the puck. He was covering the guy, and then he himself ended up getting shooting opportunity.
Allers, T-squared, court right. Out there for the Junior Mavericks, Bear and Keeney on the blue line. Defensive zone face-off. These are big. And Allers the win on that. He'll take it himself and fling this one, splitting the defense. And T-squared is going to put the heat on the defenseman. He'll quickly send it up ice. Courtright nearly able to steal that one away as well. Here come the scouts looking for some room. They'll dump it in, but flagged down by Keeney before it got too deep. He's pressured off at the wall. Allers couldn't get to the puck. Loose. It's shoveled through the slot and wide. Bear will take over. Sidestep one check, and Allers had his back after he lost it. Here's Courtright trying to send for T-squared, and he'll drive it in down the boards. Courtright, the first forechecker, comes up the wall. Allers nearly had it. Puck was kind of in his feet. Here come the scouts. Pass misfires. This is going to go for an icing. No, they wave it off now. Two players collide along the end boards. Allers able to pull it out. Good pass on for Courtright. Courtright for Taz. Taz lost it as he was checked. Here comes KC dancing in. They got some guys who can really stick handle the puck. They send it in front again, but Bear there to intercept that one, and he'll bring it up ice 3-on-2 if they hurry. He's got Taz with him. He takes the shot. Save made. Taz on the rebound off the glass. Couldn't handle it cleanly. And this one just tucked back out to center ice by the scouts. Bear saucers it ahead. Jack Davis with this one. Able to tuck it along. Vinny will muscle that one farther. He gets smeared and then dragged down. No penalty on the play. Vinny trying to play the puck from the seat of his pants. Taz there helping him out. And Vinny just doing the yeoman's work against the guy draped all over him. And Vinny still got it. Takes another bump. Still keeps the feet moving. Taz nearly had a chance. Vinny finds it again and gets the backhanded pass. Taz gets upended. And great work by the Junior Mavericks. And an interference penalty will put KC down a man yet again in this game. That's just persistence right there.
Yeah, I have to say, I loved watching Vinny on that shift. You know, he was getting knocked down. He was getting kind of wrecked by the defenseman, but we ended up drawing that penalty because he wasn't giving up. He was creating plays still.
Boy.
Even better by Taz almost. That, you know, he was getting tripped up and he was still grinding for it. So
wonderful shift by both of those players.
But that's how you get plays going. That's how you get penalties. So that was fun to watch.
Ike trying to step into an errant pass. Or excuse me, that was Boss trying to step into the errant pass. He couldn't get it. Loose at the blue line. Ike will get it in deep. Paxson on his horse. Swung around the kick plate, and this took a funny hop and goes past the Boss and all the way down on Rosie. And he's forced to hang on for a face-off in the Omaha zone. And then Boss gets pushing and shoving with one of the scout players.
Yeah, he took a little whack at Rosie's glove after the whistle. He wasn't putting up with that.
It's one of those adages as old as hockey for defensemen. You got to protect your goalie.
Yeah.
Referees putting their heads together to see if anything's warranted. I'd say let them both go and let's keep playing.
Yeah, I would say that's just hockey. It's, you know, just get into it. It creates the tension. It creates the energy and passion for the game. So, no, I don't wear the stripes, but I would let them go. Just keep playing. It's fun to watch.
Well, they're still talking about it. That kills the momentum of the game here. They got to make a decision and move on, as it were. They're going to take both of them. And sometimes you see that in a situation such as this, it might be that the referees are just trying to keep things from getting out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want things to get too emotional. They want the guys to know that the stuff after the whistle is going to be watched and called if it's bad enough, correct?
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you don't want it, but especially in these types of games, you don't want to hold the blame for a kid getting hurt after the whistle. So you understand it, but obviously you don't like it.
Well, the referees obviously are out there in the interest of fairness, but as you pointed out, they're also out there in the interest of safety, player safety, and making sure that everybody comes out of the game in good shape. So they're going to send both those guys off, and because we already had a guy off, it won't change the manpower. It'll stay a 5-on-4. Junior Maverick advantage. They've still got 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in their power play.
Although that stoppage did allow us to kind of get a breather and fresh legs on the ice. So
Junior Mavericks control the face-off, and here's Nandy with it. Nandy bird-dogged on the play, bringing it up on the backhand. Tried to pull it to the forehand. It got knocked away, but the Junior Mavericks get it. Here's Paxson with it. Sidesteps one. Got caught from the blind side. Mavericks will get onside and chuck it in deep. Around the wall it comes. Right back to Nandy. He'll shoot one, and that one goes wide. Fleming pinching from the point, keeping this one alive. Sturbs couldn't get it. And here's KC able to clear back through center and back into the Mavericks zone. 20 seconds to go on this power play. Nandy sends it around. Fleming after it. Taken over by Stoney. He lost it, but a good poke check from Fleming and chipped up the boards. T-squared couldn't clear it out. KC still trying to get control, but they're doing a good job of killing off this penalty. It's now over, and we're back to even strength. Here's Courtright now, twisting his way in. Courtright lost the handle. The follow-up from T-squared. It's banged away from him. And out to center. Here's a one-on-one. Nandy the lone man back. Nandy forcing his man off. Casey in the middle of a shift change. And the loose puck will just trickle into the crease where Rosie traps it and hangs on. 3:44 now our time to go in the second period. And 0-0 our tie here in the championship game of the Omaha Winter Classic and the 14U Blue Division. Hollers out there. Courtright and T-squared remain out there. Puck down. Abram trying to collect it. Could not. Shot never got through. That shot won't get through. Here's Bear taking. His pass stolen away. KC after this. It goes to the end wall. Hollers will wedge it up the near side. The pitching defenseman able to keep it alive. And this one rims around behind. Centering feed in a maze of feet. And Hollers able to fish it out. Hollers keeping it moving forward. He gets to T-squared now. And on they come. Here's T-squared across the line. Oh, I think Hollers thought the puck was going to be dumped in. And T-squared elected to carry it in. And that drew the whole play offside.
yeah, as you were saying earlier, after that power play, we were applying the pressure. And like you said, it can give us energy even though we don't score. But one disappointing thing that you got to keep in mind, when you don't score on the power play, that gives some energy that they pulled it off.
Well, that's true. That door swings both ways.
Yeah.
Mavericks have it. Heavy traffic check. It's drilled from behind. If he were a smaller guy, that probably would have been called as a penalty. Back up ice. KC trying to clear it out, and they do. Mavericks in a good defensive posture as this one is played down the wall. Wyatt Ike to this next. He'll just sling it around the kick plate. Scouts able to keep it alive, but they don't control it cleanly. Loose at the blue line, and good job by Charlie Patera to get that one out. Here's Ike now. Wanted Jack. He was tied up. Scouts come back on. Long-range shot. Rosie the save. It broke off him. Ike up. There's Charlie to get it out to center ice. AC back to its own blue line. No clear possession of this one. Bouncing puck. Tremaine couldn't get it. Loose. Charlie jousting for it. Able to get it back. Just every square inch of ice out there is hard fought. Back into the Omaha zone. Gas will take over. Right up the gut. He finds Charlie, who sidesteps one. He's got Ike with him. Charlie then got tangled up with a pair. Ike's got it, but couldn't make a play. And KC will send this one back down. It should make the goal line for an icing. and they wave it off.
I don't think they like to call icing.
Apparently not. That's the second one that we saw washed for no reason. Here's Vinny now. Vinny with some good speed off a great shift last time out. He gets hobbled to his knees. The puck was trapped underneath him. Now here's Taz with it. Taz cutting against the grain, gets spun by a check, then Vinny checked. KC's got it, and they look up ice. Just a minute 20 to go here in the second period. Scouts moving in. Good crunching check by Ike played there, and Ike will walk it back up ice. Wyatt Ike twisting along. He's got Vinny and Taz with him. Ike will take it himself. He's bumped, could not hang on to the puck, and it's KC who's back out with it. 3-on-3, they come up ice. Long range saucer pass blocked down. KC's offside, and that play is called with now 55.6 seconds to go here in the second period. They're keeping track of shots, at least these are unofficial, but 7-6, the Scouts have the advantage in shots through 2 periods, and that tells you what kind of game it's been.
Wow.
We've only got 13 total shots. We've almost played 2 periods.
Yeah, one thing I'm loving about this game, and you don't see it a lot at this age, but both teams are paying so much attention to defensive detail. They're not giving up any square inch of ice to the other team.
Fleming in for a shot save. Rebound loose there. Steered on goal, but unable to make it go was Paxson. Oh. Frustrated. He knew he had a chance right there with a big fat rebound off that shot.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, those goaltenders are important for this game. You obviously don't want to see it, but you gotta give it to him that was all determination to keep it out of net.
Face-off won by KC. They play it around the kick plate, but Fleming a good job to hustle over and keep it alive. Now here's Paxson lurking in the slot. It's Allers. Oh, set up for a one-timer, and he dubbed it. Allers will hand it back. That kind of a hospital pass for Nandy. Nandy hooks up his man. Mavericks get away with one there. That should have been a penalty. This one bounced back along, and Fleming will have to give chase. Oh, now a delayed interference
I don't
call.
like seeing that one because the ref only called it because the other bench was yelling. So that I don't like it when the refs do that.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating when the ref lets it go and then they only do it because the other team's complaining.
Yeah, they were not going to call that one, and the referee, indeed, their bench went mental, which they should have. It was a penalty, but they weren't going to call it, and then all of a sudden, it's a penalty.
If you're going to make a decision, make it, and then you can't change it.
Yeah.
It's like it looks worse, but putting your hand up and then a bench yells about it and then you put it down.
Yeah. Well, the penalty kill has Allers, Paxson, Bear, and Abram. Allers the face-off win. Oh, Bear lost his edge. Got back up. Allers there to help out. He will send this one ahead for Paxson as the horn sounds, ending the second period. So, Junior Mavericks will start the third period with 1 minute and 22 seconds of penalty kill time. That'll be sort of the first step in the process when they start that third period. First thing we got to do, guys, kill the penalty.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of all structure and what's the game plan? Like, the game plan for football. You run your plays. Very much the big thing here, like you said, go off the penalty. And then once you do that, that gives you a boost of energy. You throw the penalty and then keep applying the pressure.
Well, this has been a good back and forth game. Both teams have had times where they've kept the other team sort of pinched into its own zone, haven't allowed them to get out, really applied the pressure. I'd say if you had to give an edge in that regard, you'd have to give it to Omaha, I think, in this game. They have done a better job of keeping KC bottled up in its own end.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it a little bit in the last game, but in this game, their forecheck is unbelievable. They're getting, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, they're getting that effort in. So, they're putting in the effort. They're not letting the other team out of their zone. And
Well, here we go.
Yeah, right now we have more shots.
Period number 3. It'll be Stoney and Tremaine out with Abram and Bear to start this penalty kill here in the 3rd period. Still looking for the game's first goal. Perhaps it will come shorthanded as Bear takes and scoops this one back inside the KC zone. Wyatt Tremaine doing a good job of bird dogging the puck carrier for KC. Forced a bad pass, kicked down by Stoney. Scouts will get it again, but sent up the wall. And a good play by Tremaine. He didn't drive it straight down. He put it off the far wall to make sure it didn't get the icing.
Yeah, right now I think they're playing very good structured in the defensive zone. I mean, like you were saying, how he was angling them and forcing them to make a bad pass for them to set some.
Abram for Tremaine. Now Tremaine shorthanded. Will just push that one in deeper. And now that's 35 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Junior Mavericks. Good work by Tremaine and Stoney, but here comes KC. The Scouts looking for the centering feed. They've got a man play broken up, loose in the blue paint, taken over by Bear, and this one chipped ahead for Tremaine to slug it along and won't make the goal line, and the clock continues to move with now just a quarter minute to go in this penalty kill. Fire wagon line changes for both teams as this one is sent. The defenseman wanted to send a long-range pass up, but he fanned on it. And so we'll try the side-to-side pass this time, but Wyatt Ike cut that one off. It's Allers and Schneider out along with Paxson and Bear. And this one cleared out as the penalty expires, and Sturbs joins the fray as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. On come the Scouts. Play broken up. Bear with this one. Saucered ahead, Juan and Paxson. That play broke down. And here's KC to fling it right back in. Ike will give chase. Wyatt Ike curling with this one. He got stripped. Ike looking to center it. Or excuse me, the KC looking to center it, but Ike cut that one off. Then Bear lost the handle on this puck. And good work by Paxson to force the puck carrier out to center ice. Courtright now trying to give his team a chance to change on the fly. Here come the Scouts. T-squared moving across to poke check his man. Scouts still have it back at the point in the slot. Their man looking for a shooting opportunity, but it's deflected high in the air, and Boss will hoist that one along for the clear out to center ice.
That was good how we got that penalty.
Oh, here's a steal by Courtright. Oh, but T-squared was still offside. And the KC coach again appealing for a penalty, but it doesn't look like one's going to come this time. Well, sir, we're going to have a neutral zone face-off out of this one. It tells you how intense this game has been. That this game is flying by. 9:29 to go in the 3rd period already. And it seems like we just started.
Yeah, the shots are even right now, so 8-8. So they just gotta keep going. I have to say, win or lose, I'm enjoying watching the game right now. It's a battle.
Oh, Fleming, a dangerous play, but it pays off as he steals it away. He had 2 players who would have gotten behind him if he hadn't made that steal. He gets off a sharp angle shot, the save made. The rebound loose along the end wall. Courtright in there, prospecting, trying to pull that away. T-squared in there to help out as well. He'll pry it free. Jack Davis now out of the corner. Jack gets wedged off, able to come back and get that puck. He'll send back to the point, but a hot pass skips over the stick of Fleming, who's now got to retreat with it before lobbing it along. Scouts take back. Mavericks finishing a shift change. And here's a steal right in front by Courtright. Oh, the goaltender comes out and blocks it away. Good poke check that saved a goal as Jake was in alone.
Wow.
Nandy pinched but couldn't get it. Junior Mavericks have to hurry back as the Scouts bring it ahead. Shot never got through. Great play there. I think Stoney kicked it down. And here comes Nandy. Bustling ahead. Nandy gives it off. Stoney trying to knife his way in. He'll float it in front. Oh, what a great pass, but broken up. Held back at the point. Here's Fleming. Fleming will fire. Saved by the goaltender. Needed somebody in front for that rebound, but it's cleared out by the Scouts. Here's Fleming now. Taken away from him and swirled deeper by the Scouts. Grabbed back by Nandy. Nandy pivots off the check. Great play. Put it into the feet of the referee. That's a break for KC as they put 3 guys along the wall. And here is Stoney to lob that one back past the defenseman. It won't make the goal line, or just does, and so icing is not called as this one is cleared out to center. Just off the bench, Abram. Rink wide to his D partner, Bear. Bear splits 2, but chopped off his stick. He'll give chase to the corner. Bear hacks this one around. And this one brought out by the Scouts. Here come the Scouts up ice. Play broken up. Abram couldn't clear it. This one sent on goal, and the save made by Rosie. How many times have we said the play broken up? Here's Charlie, stripped at center. Allers moves in to cut his man off and picks his pocket. Here's Allers now, moving it down the left wing. Thought Charlie was going to charge in after it. Instead, the Scouts have back and will look for the outlet feed. Abram stepped up, knocked out his man, but Scouts have the puck. Abram able to get back in play, and Allers on the back check, able to cut off the centering feed, and it's cleared out to center. 6:40 now to go, third period. Here come the Scouts back on. Bear, a terrific job to deny his man any real estate. And he'll float it out to center. Oh, into the feet of Taz. It's loose at the side of the wall there, and Allers tried to chop it along as the Mavericks in the middle of a shift change. And great work by Vinny to chip this one down the wall and in. Here's Vinny behind the net. His centering pass didn't get through, but Stoney trying to play it along, could not. Here come the Scouts the other way. Mavericks getting back as the Scouts in the middle of a shift change. Long range shot, save made by Rosie. Run into was Ike, but taken over by Stoney. Stoney had it knocked off his tape. Loose along that far wall. The Scouts get to it. The shot in front, loose. It comes to Rosie, and he will hang on for a face-off. You know, Brian, as I watch these guys play and how hard they're playing, it's like a fire that's feeding itself. These guys almost don't want to disappoint their teammates by being a guy who goes out there and isn't working hard.
That's what I think the highest level teams do. I know. That's what my team is good at doing when we're playing our best games. You know, everybody's working hard, and if you're not working hard, you can't break what the team's doing. Everybody's building and feeding off each other. So
here's Paxson, got a pick from the referee and got that puck deep. Now he swirls the net, has it, wants to send in front. That pass broken up, and the Scouts will take and get it out to center. Their pass doesn't connect. Gas to the blue line, but not out. Boss will nudge it along. Can he get it out? No, but it comes back to him, and now it ricochets off him. There is Ike to clear it up, and this one took a weird hot pass to the defenseman and out to center. The Junior Mavericks get a chance to change their personnel. Here's Jack, a good steal, fighting his way along the wall. Gains the red line and plays it in. Ike, the defenseman, is the first forechecker in. He's got court right in front. Cuts back against the grain. Ike with control, looking for a passing option. Finds the Boss, his defensive partner, who shoots one, and a pad save by the goaltender. Boss again on the puck. Here's Boston trying to get another shot. Player in front knocked it down. Boss will try again, and that one tipped on the way through by T-Squared, still loose. Jousting forward is court right as he gets tackled at the side of the net. And Jake is still down. Holding on is Ike. They play it along the wall. Allers dishes it out. Big drive from Gass, and that one blocked away. Rebound sent to the side of the net. And that one cleaned up by the Scouts. Here's Ike pinching and keeping it alive for the Mavericks. Loose in the corner. It pops out. T-Squared reaching for it, but couldn't get it. And a desperation toss back down ice by the Scouts will be called an icing with 4:08 to go. Man alive, do we have some great action.
I have to say that was the best shift I've seen out of the team this game. They were applying so much pressure, but you know, just watching the game, that team was just blocking shots. The goalie wasn't giving anything up. So
I gotta tell you, that may be the best shift we played all year. That was outstanding. Stoney out along with Tremaine and Charlie. It's Nandy and Fleming back on the blue line. And here's Nandy with it, being pestered Unable to send it down to the end wall. Charlie mows his man down. Penalty coming up, and it's going to be against the Junior Mavericks. Here comes KC. They got to step on their man. Fleming trying to move across. The shot stopped by Rosie. He'll hang on, but with just 3:47 to go in the third period, KC's going to go back to the power play.
Yeah, I don't agree with that penalty. I don't know what they called, but
Charlie was battling for position in front of the net, and he knocked his guy down. And I think that's what they ended up calling as the interference. Now, the guy wasn't trying to get the puck. The puck was nowhere near them. He was just battling it.
I honestly think that's just a hockey play. You see it all the time.
Right.
But, yeah, you're just battling. You're not giving an inch, and one guy ends up falling over. It's just a tough break for the Mavericks right there.
Fleming gets it out. Paxton will get it in. And now Fleming will apply the pressure, forcing the goaltender to trap it side of the net before the Scouts get back. And this is one of those situations where you don't want to take too many chances in a 0-0 game. The Scouts have it. Mavericks need to finish off a shift change. And here's Stoney just off the bench, able to force the puck free. Fleming moves in. He'll shoot one, and that one wide. Nandy's going to pinch and try to keep the puck alive in the offensive zone. And good job by Nandy to slow the Scouts in transition. Omaha with 4 men back as it's brought ahead. KC into the offensive zone. 42 seconds to go on their power play. Yanked to the slot. That one backhanded wide. Rebound from a sharp angle knocked out. And this one cleared back down by Stoney. It'll make the goal line. That's okay. We'll get the icing called. And now just 30 seconds remaining. The Junior Mavericks get a chance to change their penalty killers and get some fresh guys out there.
I think the Mavericks are doing really well. They've been doing it all game. But everybody's pitching in. You know, some games you can say, well, these guys are doing the best. But the entire team, they're just on top of their game.
No passengers in this game today.
Yeah.
Abram, dangerous play right in front to his defensive partner, Bear. Bear will pitchfork one along, but it's kept alive by the defense. Sent toward the goal. Bear atones for the turnover by playing it off the near side glass. Stoney couldn't clear it out, and Bear's going to have to go back and get it again. This time he'll fling one, and this one through the foot of the defender, and it goes on goal. And so the clock continues to move. The penalty to Charlie is over. We're back to 5-on-5 with 2.25 minutes to go here in regulation time. Sorry, we're getting into Matt's camera. Brought ahead, and Bear turns his man around. Looked like the referee was going to call something there.
I was about to say, he second-guessed himself a bit.
Stoney left it behind. KC gets to it first and got it to the crease before it's covered and hung on to by Rosie. Ooh, that was one of the ones you were talking about before, where you see the arm kind of almost come up and go down again.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, you don't like seeing a ref do that either. Just because if you're gonna make a call, call it. I'm glad he didn't call it, but at the same time, you don't like seeing a ref second guess himself. It does not give you confidence in him.
Offside called on KC, just unable to keep it into the Omaha zone. And so we've got a neutral zone face-off. Jack out along with Vinny and Taz. This has been a good combination for the Mavericks in this game. And on the blue line, it's the boss and Wyatt Ike. Won by KC and driven in deep. Ike first to it. He'll hack it up the boards. Jousting for it was Taz. Help comes as Ike sends his man tumbling into the wall. Puck underneath him. Ike trying to keep him there. Help comes from either side. Here's KC with it now. KC had the men in front, and somehow Boston able to break that play up. Back the other way, Vinny shrugs off a check. Vinny bringing it ahead. Oh, a tester off the collarbone of the goaltender. And this one chipped back to the wall. Gas pinches but couldn't get it. Here's a 3-on-1. Great work by Vinny. What a terrific back check by Vinny Heater, and the whole play breaks down. Down to 1:05 now to go in regulation time. And this one played in deep by the Scouts. Loose behind the net. Wyatt Ike's got it. Ike's got 2 bird dogs on him, but able to bring it up ice. Ike likes to carry the puck. He keeps it moving forward. Vinny couldn't hold it as he got stripped. And the Junior Mavericks with it back. As it's played by Boss up the near wall, and Vinny will backhand it in, heading for the change. Portright on the forecheck. Scouts able to get it out. Just 30 seconds now to go in regulation time. Puck loose and knocked back into the Scouts' end. Portright racing for it. Banged away from him. T-squared still got it. T-squared then spun around. And this one cleared all the way back down. This will be an icing call against KC with 14.7 seconds to go now in regulation time.
I'm
it's
at
an
over
offensive
100
zone face-off.
beats per minute right now. My heart's just racing.
I think we're going to have a timeout taken. And I didn't see the signal on who took the timeout. Both teams are listed as having a timeout left.
One of the best things in the world is playing in these games, those tight games where, you don't know which team's going to slip up, but it's kind of your mission that you're not going to be that guy and kind of just wear down that other team. But yeah, it's so fun to watch and play.
That's the tough part, is it comes down to, really at this point in time, a mistake. One little mistake that is the difference between a win and a loss. I mean, we're not in overtime yet, but we're basically in overtime territory, as hard as it's been to score today.
Yeah, I mean, you want to take advantage of whatever the other team did to you. But right now, you get the puck, and both teams, whoever gets the puck, that defense is so aggressive and so aggressive.
At this point in time, no shot's a bad shot, right? Force the goaltender to make the save. If he does, great. If he doesn't, well, you got yourself a goal. Allers out along with Charlie, Taz, Nandy, and Fleming. Allers trying to get Fleming for hopefully a clean face-off win. It's not clean. It's loose in the feet of the referee. Allers had it, but got it caught in his feet. And here's KC flying 2 up ice. Hustling back is Fleming. So too is Ike. And Fleming able to wall off his man. That will do it here in regulation time. We are going to overtime. 0-0.
That was almost catastrophic.
Oh man. I haven't checked have you checked the rules to see, are we doing 4-on-4 in overtime or 5-on-5?
I don't know.
Well, a little extra ice is probably, if it is 4-on-4, a little extra ice will probably be welcome for these players out there, because it's been so hard to move the puck today.
You might know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
James, do we know?
5-minute 4-on-4.
4-on-4. There we go. That's why we have a PA announcer to tell us these
5
things.
minutes 4-on-4, sudden victory.
All right. And after that, then we get to shootout territory. Matt, can your heart take another 5 minutes?
I don't know. I need to go grab something to calm myself down here. I'm about to explode behind this camera.
Well, this will be good for some of the niftier guys with a little extra ice to work with. And it'll be Stoney.
I'm glad I'm not on the play call right now. Let's just say that.
What's that?
I'm glad I'm not on the play call right now. Let's just say that.
This game is as even as can be. No goals and 12 shots each. It'll be Stoney and Tremaine out along with Charlie and Fleming. So 3 forwards and 1 defenseman out for Nick Bennett's team.
Yeah, one thing I've loved seeing from the Mavericks team is, Will, I mean, he's been using that speed, and especially 4v4 overtime, that's when your fast guys can use that.
KC trying to break in, and those fast feet of Fleming got him back into a defensive position so that he could break up that what was leading to be a 2-on-1 chance. Long range pass and a dangerous one, but Charlie will take over now. He's 1-on-4. Charlie couldn't get around the poke check of the defenseman, and here come the Scouts back the other way. You don't want to be too conservative here and change your game plan in the overtime. KC working it up high. Now off the far wall, a quick shot. That that one wide of the cage. It came out, almost came out the near side, but the Junior Mavericks able to clean that one up. And here's Charlie bringing it ahead. Charlie has Tremaine with him. It's 2-on-4. Charlie spun around, got hooked up, and a penalty coming up. A penalty coming up to the Scouts as Charlie got corkscrewed. It's going to be, I believe, a hooking penalty. And the Junior Mavericks will have the power play.
I think we caught a good break here.
So the power play will have Jack, Paxton, Sturb, and Wyatt Ike. Just 59 seconds into the overtime. And the Junior Mavericks, the man advantage. It'll be a 4-on-3 man advantage. A lot of extra ice out there now.
Yeah. This is going to be a fun power play to watch.
Unfortunately, not one you practice. Nobody practices 4-on-3s. You just don't have them that often. Puck just cleared out. Ike did a good job of keeping that one just outside the stripe and then brought back in for an offside call. That's fine. Chance to reset again.
Yeah, that's something, at this level, you get frustrated with the referees. The rule is if your foot is touching the blue line, you're onside. So, even if one foot is up, then at this level, they're calling it every time, which can be frustrating.
Jack won it in. It's cleared quickly back out. Ike will send to the near side. Here comes Paxton now. Paxton gains the blue line and sends it in. Sturbs in on the forecheck. He'll get there first. Reversed it back around. KC first to it. And they've got a man out at center. This is going to be one-on-one. Ike defending. Now Jack Davis getting back as Ike forces that play off. Jack will take over. And now it's a 3-on-2 going the other way. Jack lugging it up ice. Now stay on side. No, they didn't. They thought a dumping was coming. And offside is called on the play.
It's like a slow motion offsides.
You kind of saw it coming from a mile away. You're like, oh, crap.
Just stop.
Well, personnel change for the Junior Mavericks. Allers comes out along with Vinny and T-squared. Bear on the blue line. Allers wins the draw. T-squared's got it. He moves in. T-squared shoots one, and the waffle board save made by the goaltender. Vinny in applying the heat as this puck is set up ice and back out to center. Bear's got it again. Bear, headman's on. T-squared couldn't take it cleanly. KC's got it. Great pickpocket job there by T-squared. He'll send it right back in. In goes Vinny, and he arrives first on that puck. Vinny with it along the end wall, keeping his feet moving. Trying to center. The pass intended for Peter blocked. Allers kept it, but his pass back to Bear goes out to center. Mavericks clear the zone. Allers back for Bear. Bear's got the big heavy shot. He'll take it, but miss the mark. T-squared on the ricochet. He got stripped. The follow-up from Allers trying to keep it alive. He got knocked down, and this one comes out to center ice. Allers around one. Chips it by another. Allers trying to move in. He's got Vinny in the slot. Power play is now over. We're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Scouts looking up ice. Long range pass. That one just steered in. 2 minutes to go in the overtime. Here's Bear curling his net. Bear having trouble with it for a moment. Now he puts on the Jets. Moves in with Vinny. Bear takes the shot. Blocked away. Mavericks got to hurry back. Here comes KC. The lone man back is Stoney, who's not a defenseman. Good poke check there, though. Denies KC the room. And Bear moves up ice with it. Takes it in slowly and gets off a shot. Deflected away behind the net. There goes Charlie. Charlie trying to force it free. The Scouts have it, and they'll just chuck it out to neutral ice. Fleming. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is where Fleming can use that speed he's been using all game.
Here's Charlie now, trying to move up ice. Got poke checked at the blue line. Fleming, a good job to recover after he was stripped. He'll send it along looking for Charlie. He'll chase it down, and they're going to call icing against the Junior Mavericks with now 64 seconds remaining here in the overtime. Although the scoreboard says shootout, are they trying to tell us something that something's going to happen here? yet today?
Sudden victory, overtime.
Right. Jack out along with Charlie, Wyatt Tremaine, and Fleming. The only shot in overtime has been landed by the Mavericks. Face-off controlled by Omaha. Here comes Charlie. Charlie moving against the smaller defenseman. He's got a man in front, and Tremaine takes it himself. Oh, the same thing for the goaltender. He's juggled it a bit and then hangs on as Charlie gets knocked on top. Excuse me, Jack gets knocked on top of the goaltender. Oh, mommy. Wow.
He's got to get that back door.
He had Tremaine cutting, and I was expecting the same thing. I thought that was going to be a pass across, and the goaltender just stood his ground.
Yeah, one very, very important thing you can't do in a game like this is try to be the hero. You know, you gotta stick to your game and do what you've been doing all game. Because if you try to be that hero, you're screwing up a play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly say that was the wrong play, but the pass was probably the better option.
Offside on the Junior Mavericks. Face-off will be at center ice. Jack talking to his wings before leaning in for this face-off. And Jack wins it back. Here's Wyatt Ike. Ike cutting through two, lost the handle on the puck. KC trying to fly a man up ice, racing back. Wyatt Ike able to neutralize that one. It's played back to the point for a shot. Save Rosie. No rebound chance there. He'll hang on with 29.6 seconds now to go here in overtime. Well, Junior Mavericks defensemen have taken some chances, and it's got to be causing more than a few hearts to flutter among those Omaha coaches.
Yeah, I honestly think I'd rather be playing in the game than watching. It's less stressful.
Jack with a face-off win. He hacks it down ice, but it's going to go for an icing call, so we'll reset here back in the Junior Mavericks end. 22.4 seconds now to go. And we'll get a shift change. Allers, Paxson, Sturbs out along with Fleming. He stays out there. Need a big face-off win here in the defensive zone late in this overtime. Allers digs in for this. It's won by KC, but it pops to Allers. He'll backhand it up. Paxson's got a man. Paxson couldn't get a clean look at it, but here comes Allers moving in now. He'll fire one across the slot and wide. Sturbs after the rebound, but KC's got it with 8 to go. Good pressure by Allers. Knocks his, excuse me, not Allers, but Schneider knocks his man down.
Looks like it's going to shootout.
It is going to a shootout. Why not? This game has been too good. We need more, right?
We can't get enough of it. It's our fault.
So again, here we go.
To a five-person shootout.
5-person, okay.
Five-person shootout, and continue until we have a winner after that. Until all kids on the roster use.
Last day longer?
Well, I think
I'm
both.
struggling. I'm struggling with this one.
Hey, I'm
Holy
struggling
cow.
myself. My legs are feeling loopy.
I got to tell you, Matt, I'd be in the same boat if I didn't have the play to call.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me.
We're in the right positions today.
That's what keeps me calm today.
Yeah.
I would have
Well-
definitely lost my voice by now.
It's been a whale of a game, and it comes down to a skills competition, really, and we'll see how these players come out and how Nick Bennett has got his shootout guys set up. Remember, they go 5, so it's a best of 5 in the shootout. If it's still tied after those 5 shots, then it's single elimination. They'll go one at a time until a winner is determined.
Yeah, so one thing you gotta keep in mind for shootout, I'm sure you've seen plenty, but you know, you have to, it's a mental battle, like a game of chess between the shooter and the goalie. So if that goalie is, you know, if he's coming out the net, you probably want to make a move, but if he's kind of not giving you anything, you know, you probably have to shoot the puck. But, yeah, it is a game of chess, and it's entertaining to watch.
Brian, what's your favorite move in a shootout?
probably come in with speed, take to that backhand, sell it, and then cut back forward.
I've heard goalies have told me that when players come at them really fast, that helps them because it shrinks the time that they have to make a move, and therefore it kind of helps them out because they really only end up with one move if they're going too fast. Every guy's got a different way of doing it. Some guys like to go real fast. Some guys like to go real slow. I can see where if you're going fast, the goalie thinks that, oh, I got to make a decision real fast, and he might overreact to what you were saying. Well, Stoney will start it, and the Junior Mavericks, the home team actually gets to choose whether they shoot first or second, and so KC has chosen to shoot second. So Stoney will get it going for the Junior Mavericks. He had a nifty goal against Lincoln in the first game of this tournament back on Friday morning, which seems like forever ago now.
I believe I did see that goal while I was in St. Louis, actually.
Well, here's Stoney, a left-handed shot, and he'll bring it in against the KC goalie. Stoney taking it. He scores! Banked it off the post and in. And a good start for the Junior Mavericks here in the shootout as Stoney tallies. And now in the first round, it'll be KC's turn to answer.
Yeah, I gotta say, that was an impressive shot. He waited him out and just whipped it.
Now KC's turn, another left-handed shooter. Their player bringing it in against Rosie. He's aggressive out to the top of his crease. The backhander thrown wide. So the Mavericks up 1-0 after round one. And Wyatt Ike, the defenseman, will take the shot here in round two for the Junior Mavericks. Ike, a right-handed shot, will move in against the right-handed catching goaltender. Here's Wyatt Ike moving in. Fakes him down, but can't get the shot around him.
It looks like he might have lost it a little bit.
So Ike denied, and now KC with a chance to tie it here in round two. They'll send out a right-handed shot of their own.
Let's hope he can stay hot right now.
He'll come wide off the left wing. Couple of moves, and Rosie doesn't bite on him, and he puts it off the outside of the net. It's a 1-0 lead for the Junior Mavericks after 2 rounds now, and the Big Bear, Gavin Davis, will take the shot here in round 3.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game, that the goaltenders need to be hot in this game, especially Rosie. He's not biting on anything, staying put.
Here comes Bear moving in against the goaltender, tried to go 5-hole, and that one closed down. And it remains 1-0. Junior Mavericks. And here in the bottom half of round 3, KC will send out its third shooter. A right-handed shot. Rosie very aggressive out to the hash marks as he faces off against this player who moves into the forehand and stonewalled by the pad. And that apparently is it. I thought it was a 5-rounder. Did they say 5 round? I guess it's 3 rounds. And just like that, the Junior Mavericks have their first tournament title, and it comes in their hometown Omaha Winter Classic. A shutout for Rosario Caniglia in regulation through overtime and in the shootout. Not a goal allowed in this game, and a remarkable finish for the Junior Mavericks. What terrific work. Had to be one of their best games of the year.
Yeah, I gotta say that. You could tell from puck drop that they wanted to win. They were forechecking hard, they were keeping possession. No, they weren't giving the other team any time to go. Rosie was hot, so you could tell that it was kind of a personal game here, and they wanted it. So.
Well, the coaches really must have prepared them well because, like you said, from the get-go, this was a game that I think the Junior Mavericks really set the tone and the tempo of how they wanted to play this game, and had KC, they had them off balance for a good chunk of this game. And what a good time to get your first win head-to-head. Yes,
nice
it comes
work,
in a
boys.
shootout, but this was a real solid effort The Junior Mavericks have the one-shot advantage through overtime. 14-13 was the shot total, and they have the one-goal advantage. The one goal by Roman Stonebreaker in the shootout provides the difference, and it's a win for the Junior Mavericks in the Omaha Winter Classic.
We're going to get a picture on the ice.
What a great way to finish off the weekend.
Let's hear it for the Maverick fans! Woo!
As Matt gets us some shots of the big cheering section for the Junior Mavericks. Well done. I'm not sure if the... Oh, geez. What happened? Well, those guys are obviously very, very happy. And you know what? I can imagine, Brian, when you played as hard as these guys have, both teams, it's not only a relief, but it's also a real affirmation of what hard work gets you when you play that hard.
Yeah, I mean, hard work doesn't promise you anything, but it very much sets the tone for what you want.
Beast.
Yeah, and as we said, the Junior Mavericks set the tone in this game, and they are rewarded for their endeavors today
Pound
here in
it.
Ralston
Facts.
for the tournament championship.
Right.
Winter Classic
Andy.
champions. And a terrific night, or afternoon, I should say, by
Here we go, boys.
George.
Here we
He
go.
and his mates really played hard.
Let's go.
And a terrific finish to the weekend, and a great way to go into the holiday break
Go
for these guys.
Swerves. All right.
Off the ice. I know, that's why we were saying the same thing. Like, why did they finish at 3?
Oh, look at this guy over
Well,
here.
hopefully there's no protest.
Take off, eh?
I suppose.
There it is.
They could have done it right at the end.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, they announced the 5 round shootout. Threes are much tidier. That's a
Games like that, you know, when you work that hard and you're that tired, and then you come out on top, it's satisfaction.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know how far my Bluetooth will go. I'm going to go down and get some video of the picture taken. You want to stay close?
Right. Yeah, well, I'll go down with you since I still got this thing on. Brian Nandor, thank you for guesting with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great to have you on. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm going to follow Matt down here into the bowels of the arena as we get a few more pictures, more video of the finale of this one as the fellas will celebrate with, I don't know if there's a trophy or if it's a banner or what they've got, but it's harder and nice job, Rosie.
There's that stud. Good job.
Woo! Here we go! Let's go, Mavs!
There we go. Come on, up on an elbow piece. There you go. Hey, where's the banner?
Right there. Wait, someone else.
I want to hold the banner. Hold the banner. We'll get that. We'll get that. Hey, medals and hats first, and then we can do the banner.
There's an order.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get this going. Okay. First and foremost, our fearless leader, number 4, Captain Davis. Yeah, I'm just hitting him up. We're just getting him out there.
That's perfect.
We're getting done.
That's perfect.
That way they have it for the medals. Nice. With the game-winning goal go back in line.
I get the littlest amount of claps. Charlie, just because.
I'm mad.
No pants, baby. Get out
That's for last.
NASCAR.
Oh, no NASCAR.
Vic,
Hang out with your dad.
Vic.
Hard soft, dog.
Vicky, video or stills? What do you want to do? Can't see? Okay.
Game time, go. We're not going to talk about it.
He's not even wearing the right hat. Yeah, where's the right hat?
Come on.
Of course, he's wearing
Every eye. There we go.
Give me. Oh, I just had a blade for it. Give me Easton.
Give me the shortest kid on the team. JJ, Frankie, JJ.
Give me Gas, who played really good games this weekend.
T-square, get up here. Come on. Kenzo.
Give me your own Spurs.
AJ with Mr. Tremaine.
Rosie! Hey, line back up! Line back up! Line back up! Tatum and Charlie, you're in the middle. Actually, no. You gotta have some people with collars and
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are in the back.
Everybody feel like Hey, play it on Sunday, boys. I'm gonna tell you to hold up the correct finger, not the one you want to hold. Let's go. Yes, no, you can't.
Yes, no. I heard yes, no, so okay.
I'm not consenting to it.
Yeah, go Mavs! Good job, boys. Good work.
Okay. Let's go. Locker room. We gotta have a post-game talk here.
Great job, fellas.
Okay, good.
Well,
We go.
with
We finished our post. Did we already finish our post game? Or what?
yeah, I was going to say, with that, we bring a triumphal end to our broadcast today. A great finish for the Junior Mavericks, winning their hometown tournament, the Omaha Winter Classic, in dramatic fashion. A 1-0 shootout victory is the difference after a 0-0 tie through regulation and overtime.
Wow.
Matt, your heart rate come down at all? Or are you still?
I was over 100 beats per minute for a majority of that game. I'm still sitting at 93 right now.
My goodness.
Trying to come down.
I don't think I want to check mine. Well, thanks to everyone who's tuned in and stayed with us here through the post game. Also want to give one final shout out to our sponsors of our broadcast, Cottonwood Salon Suite, Charleston Homes, and Joe Chalin Tax Services for your support of the OHC Junior Maverick Bantam Red team. They are 2025 champions of the Omaha Winter Classic. Also want to thank our guest announcer today. We've had a lot of them this weekend, and it's been fun having the young folks in. It was Brian Nandor, older brother of George Nandor, who joined us today on the broadcast. And Yeah, I'm gonna go home and relax now, Matt.
Holy cow. It's
That
hard
was-
to
that was a lot
take
of
the
fun.
excitement of this weekend. The boys earned it. They worked hard up until this day. We've taken some bruises and really put in the effort, and these slow gains throughout the season that the boys have been progressing have all added up to this one very day to bring home their first trophy of the year, and lo and behold, it's at home. So congratulations, the Omaha Mavs. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for your support. We'll see you on the next game. Keep
Yeah,
your stick on the ice.
next games we'll have a couple of friendlies against, I don't know if it's the same scout team.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
That's coming up the first weekend in January. Those will be our next broadcast before the guys play in the Midwinter Classic, also hosted by OHC here in Omaha. That'll be in the middle of January. So for the heart and soul of these broadcasts, Matt Courtright, I'm Dave Allers. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.